The volleyball season is right around the corner. We'll talk about it next on Conversations. And welcome to Conversations. I'm John Nelson. We'll visit with all 6 AISD head volleyball coaches here in the next 30 minutes. We begin with Arlington High. Kim Spencer in year number 3. The Lady Colts last year finished tied for second with a mark of 11-3. In the playoffs, they advanced 2 rounds, losing to Amarillo that had an overall record of 40-6. A pretty good squad, Kim, and a pretty close match overall.
Overall, definitely. The first 2 games were tight. We had an injury in game 3, which, you know, was disappointing. But she was able to come back and play, and we finished hard. You know, the group last year, just every point they played as hard as they could, and it was a fun group to coach.
Now, looking back, North Crowley winning the district, did a lot of people underestimate them, or were they that good maybe 2 years ago to make an impact?
They're definitely talented, great coaching staff, and athletic girls. I think that's what Arlington High had such a hard time with, is just playing the athleticism of North Crowley. They jumped hard, they swung hard, you know, and so you have to adjust your block, you have to adjust your defense, and we played them a close, you know, 5-game match, and we came up short, but they're a great team. Just great athleticism. Again, like I said, great coaching staff.
Kim, how do you see the district shaping up this year?
I think it's going to be the same way. I think it's going to be tough every match, close games, lots of points being played. I think, you know, we've got another talented, you know, a lot of talented players in our district and the teams as well. So I think it's going to be, you know, you got to be on your game every game. So.
You lost Laura Nix, and one of the games I remember last year was the match against Martin. It was a loss, but I think she had close to 30 digs in one of those games. Is that right?
She had, in fact, I think she had 34 kills. I would say over maybe 50 digs. I mean, it was the game of her life, and that's how it's always going to be played with our players when we play Martin. So.
Mm-hmm. You have the newcomer of the year coming back. She's a 6'1" sophomore, Katie Clark.
Yes.
Do you build the offense around her, or how will your offense scheme be this year?
I really think that we are going to be very dynamic. Of course, we will be able to gear our offense around our middles, but I think across the board, it doesn't matter who's going to be playing this year on the court. Our starters are going to be deep, and our bench is going to be deep.
How's your tournament schedule shape up?
Same tournaments this year, going back to Mansfield to start off. We travel down to New Braunfels Volley Fest, and then we come back for our home tournament.
Of the girls coming up from the JV level, how many could make an impact, and who are some of the other names that we might keep an eye on this year?
Well, we have Katie Clark, of course, coming back. Our entire JV is looking at possibly making varsity this year, so we have a lot of dynamic outside hitters. Some girls that were playing middle last year because we were short in the middle position are going to be swinging on the outside for us, so we'll have that height, great athleticism, something that we haven't seen a whole lot of all around, you know, for the Lady Colts. So I'm really excited. It's going to be a fun group to coach.
Does your team have a slogan, a motto this year?
This year, our theme is Race to State. We're doing we're kind of kicking it back old school and doing the Arlington Downs theme, the racehorse. So, you know, bringing that back. You know, every game, every match is going to be a race to district, race to state. So I think it'll be a fun motto for us because these girls they work tremendously hard. So.
How about the club level? How did that shape up this year?
Almost all of our girls, again, they play club. I mean, that helps our program out a lot, just being able to play all the time, you know, touching a volleyball all the time. So your skills are going to be able to stay up, and so that's just a great aspect for our players. A lot of the team or girls were on top-level teams as well. So, like I said, we're going to be very, very well-rounded this year, deep bench. So. You know, if you're not doing your job, somebody else is going to come in there and do it for you. So,
Kim, should be another exciting season. Appreciate the visit and good luck to Arlington High this year.
Thank you.
Well, Lauren Otto was back in the AISD, was formerly at Seguin, then went to TCU, now back in the district. And Lauren, first of all, welcome back and tell me about the circumstances that led you to taking the job at Bowie.
Well, thank you. You know, we got a new head coach in at TCU, and kind of the way collegiate athletics works is they have the option of bringing their staff with them or hiring new people. And Jill Kramer is the new head coach there, and she's actually a former TCU alum as well, but she brought her staff with her from West Virginia. So I tried for a few months to work outside of volleyball in Fort Worth, and it was very quick that I realized I had to be back in volleyball. I had to be part of a program again. So I wanted to stay in the area. You know, I have big ties here in Arlington. My entire family's here. My brother finally moved back up. He's here as well. So I didn't want to move away to another college to kind of pursue that. So going back to high school was my solution.
Do you feel like you're still in kind of a catch-up mode? I mean, I'm sure you met with a team, but only an open gym. And that's kind of tough.
Right, and definitely right now. It was kind of the same when I came into Seguin. I came in the summer, and with UIL regulations, I can't practice with them. I can't do a whole lot, so I can only see them in open gym. So that's challenging going into a season. It makes me excited for next summer when I get to, you know, build tryouts and our preseason schedule based on what I already know about my team. But it's also exciting to go into a brand new year with new athletes, and I think these athletes are going to be hungry for a program with a strong culture and to build Bowie to where we can be.
Everyone on the staff from last year stays. What about some of the standouts that we can see this year?
A couple of girls we'll have coming back. Our first girl, Kirsten Boatman, she's going to be a senior. She'll be one of our key players for us. Terry Irving is going to be a junior. I'm not sure where I'm going to play her yet. She's a pretty talented athlete and can kind of play multiple positions. And then we also have Sydney Robinson is a libero. She'll be a senior. She's recovering from an injury still, so that's always challenging as well. But I'll have more of an idea where I'm going to put everybody once I get them in the gym on Monday and get to start working with them.
Lauren, what about your tournament schedule this year?
We are going to Duncanville the first weekend, which that's exciting for me because that was a really fun tournament when I played at Arlington High. We went to every year. In Seguin, we didn't go to that tournament when I was there, so I'm excited to return there. And then we're playing in the South Hills tournament, Cowtown tournament, the second weekend, and then we are going to the Forney tournament the third weekend. So I'm really excited to see some different teams, different competition. I'm really just excited to get with my team and get with them on the court and start training and working. So.
When you were at Seguin, from time to time in tournaments, you would play some of the other AISD teams in a higher classification. Now you're in this battle, this one of the toughest districts in the area, if not in the entire state. Every match is going to be a war. You're not that far removed from the game itself, but to play on a continuous basis, the Arlingtons, the Lamars, the Martins, has to be exciting.
I'm really excited, and what I'm most excited about is getting Bowie to be one of those names that people think of when they think of Arlington ISD. It's not just Arlington, Martin, and Lamar. It's Bowie, Arlington, Lamar, and Martin. So it makes it exciting for district. It's similar to when I was at TCU. Every game in the Big 12 is a tough match. There are no breaks. So it's a fun mindset to get to teach the girls that every single day when you come in the gym, we're preparing for a tough match, and there's no time to take off. And we have to compete every single day if we want to do well in this district. So I'm excited.
Again, Lauren, welcome back, and we look forward to seeing the Lady Vols this year.
Thank you very much.
Heather Woodman guides the Lady Vikings in her second year. Lamar making the playoffs last year, finishing in fourth place with a record of 9-5. And Coach, you had to go out to Clyde and play San Angelo Central. What was that experience like?
It was weird. It was out in the middle of nowhere, and to be honest, though, the gym was really nice. It was like a nice new gym, and the girls were really excited, and it was close quarters, so the fans that came for us were loud, and it was nice, and obviously didn't end the way we wanted it to, but the girls have that taste in their mouth, and they're ready to go this season.
All right, expectations for 2015.
I think better than last year. We came into last year with me being a new coach, and that was really tough on some of those girls. This year we've had a full off season. We've been working really hard over the summer. I would say that we'll be competitive. North Crowley's always really good. Martin's always really good. Arlington's always really good. And Lamar needs to be put back at the top 2.
Given the situation last year, I know beating Martin early was really huge for the girls.
Yes, it was. I can't even describe to you how that felt. I think sometimes Lamar gets put on the back burner, and even when I was at Arlington, I thought the same thing. And I think those girls feel it, they know it, and it makes them work even harder. And then when we beat Martin last year in that first match of district play, it was like, we're here, and we mean it. We mean business.
All right, I want to talk about 2 of your standouts. Taylor Murata had close to 900 digs last year. Your middle blocker, Olivia Vescuso, is back.
Yes.
And what I hear is better than ever.
Yes. They looked phenomenal in the spring. They both had great springs. They worked really hard. Taylor's working through a knee injury that she had in the spring from club. So she, rehabbed hard, got back with us. Olivia is... I can't say enough good things about that kid. She works really hard in the gym. She's a great leader, and I'll look to her to get most of the sets.
Overall, what kind of playing shape do you expect these girls to be in, say, late August, right around the 1st of September?
I would say going into district, I would think that we're going to be going up on the mountain and hoping to peak, right around, we play Martin again first round this year, so we'll see.
Overall, what about the offense?
I think the offense for us is going to be obviously getting our middles involved as much as we can with Olivia. And Kendall Hagman, our setter, does a really good job of spreading it around. Our outside hitter, Kayla Whetstone's returning, and we'll look to her to get more sets too. She's going to be a junior. She was a baby last year. She was the only sophomore. So we'll look to get them a lot of sets.
Heather, your tournament schedule, how does that shape up?
We are going to the Jason Landers Invitational in Austin the first weekend, and then we will be traveling to Northwest for the Northwest tournament, and then we'll play in our own Arlington Invitational.
What about a team slogan?
Oh, this year it is United We Stand.
All right. That covers about everything.
Yeah, the we over me and the, we stand together. So.
How excited are you? I asked some of the other coaches this, but being the first sport of the year and kind of setting the tone and the table for all the other sports to follow, how exciting is that, or does it seem like the summer just goes by in a whirl?
It does go by really fast, but it's, I told my mom, it's like the night before you go to Disney World, you're so excited you can't sleep. I can never sleep the night before tryouts because it is so exciting to start a new season and to start fresh, and everything from last year is done and over with, and you get a clean slate. And it's empowering to be the first sport.
Yeah, and it is here. Heather, good luck to you and the Lady Vikings this year.
Thank you.
Tracy Perez guiding the Lady Warriors in year number 11. Martin last year tied for second in the district with a record of 11-3, finished 33-10 overall. And Tracy, I know down the stretch towards the end of the season you were really tested. I mean, every team tested you about as well as they could last year.
Yes, they did. And I think we handled ourselves pretty well in the end.
Autumn Freeman is back, voted one of the outstanding hitters, or the outstanding hitter in the district last year, and really worth a price of admission, really worth coming out to see. I know you're excited about her again.
Yes, she's really fun to watch. She's 5'5" maybe, and she plays like she's 5'10", so she's got a great vertical, an explosive arm. She's just really just a fun player to watch.
And you have an outstanding setter returning as well, Claire Schwetman.
Yes, Claire has been on varsity for, this is her 3rd year, and she's committed to Baylor, so she's going to play at Baylor, be a Bear, and we're excited to see what Claire can do as far as leading the team to some success.
Tracy, how different will your offense be, or what will your offense look like this year?
Well, we graduated a lot last year. We had a lot of great seniors. I think this year we're not as big, but I think we're quicker, and we're really going to have to rely on our ball control and just playing really good defense to get the ball where we need to for Claire.
How does your tournament schedule shape up?
We're playing in the same tournaments. We play in the Mansfield tournament, which is always a great one for us, and then we go down to New Braunfels where we get really challenged. We're in a pretty tough pool, so it's good. It's good because we need to get tested to see what we need to work on.
From the JV squad, who could make an impact this year?
I have a few kids. Had some sophomores on my varsity that could really help us, and a couple of kids, some hitters. Christina Escamilla and Emily Ickes are coming, and Carly Cook. So they have a lot to bring to the court and to push some of the other kids to compete.
Mm-hmm. And Martin, the attendance has always been well in every sport, but how important is it early to get good attendance from the student body? Because yours is the first sport to kick off literally the fall campaign for all sports.
Oh, it is. Just because no one's in school and they just don't know, so we have to get the word out to get the kids there. But I think we'll have some good attendance this year.
Do the girls get excited knowing that this is the first sport of the year? We kind of set the table for everything else.
Oh, definitely. It's always fun, especially for the freshmen, because they're new to everything, so they're already up there and get to get their hands into Martin and have all the fun. And along with football, it's always fun to kick off the year with them.
Finally, Coach, what is your team motto or team slogan this year?
Well, this year we're going with Ready to Rumble. So we have our boxing gloves on and we're ready to fight.
Are
to
you?
win this year. Yeah, we are.
How did you spend the summer? Was it a little bit different than past years?
I moved, so just getting settled in my house before everything starts back up. So it was a good summer.
Tracy, good luck to you and the Lady Warriors this year at Martin.
Thank you.
Teresa Frederick is in her 33rd year coaching the Lady Texans at Sam Houston. And Teresa, another season is already upon us. Update us on the summer, and have you had a chance to see the squad early?
Oh, absolutely. That process started at the end of last year. We had a great off season. The players have been wonderful. We did open gym, and I've seen most of them all summer. Now there was a couple, summer school was in summer school, so I tell you, they have really been working diligently on the court and off, taking extra classes in the summer so they can be double, blocked during our season. And we had a really good off season, and we can't wait to get started as far as our competition season.
You lost 3 seniors, but you have a boatload of juniors coming back. And Elizabeth Hensington and Elia Trahan. For this district to make second team all-district, that's pretty good last year for those 2 girls.
Oh, absolutely. And Elia Trahan made first team all-district her sophomore year. And second team last year with Elizabeth, and they're 2 of our big hitters. But all those other juniors, I tell you what, that whole team, they're a team. And that's just, that's what's going to define how good we do this year, is how well they play as a team. We have every one of those players have been an integral part of our team. And it's funny because we will be shifting some players around. Aaliyah and Elizabeth played middle for us. We might be shifting them outside some. But those other players are going to be every bit as important part. Our setter, Karen James, Hymas, she was our second setter last year. She has stepped in that position, that quarterback position, leader position, wonderfully. She'll be our setter this year. Our outside hitter, Elvin Amdiba, is just outstanding. So the younger ones, we do have 1 sophomore, Doreen Nambuka, who's going to fill hopefully some middle and outside also. LaShante Smith, all those juniors are, they're just those extra pieces that are going to fill in wherever we need to put Elizabeth and Aaliyah and those main hitters. Those others are going to slide in and going to be just as important.
Looking back, Coach.
Oh, I'm sorry, John. Can I say one more
Sure.
thing? And then, of course, our libero. We get our libero back. I think that's going to make a big, important on-the-court experience for us.
Coach, looking back last season, at about the halfway point when you really needed a win, you got one when you played Bowie, a match that went 5 games, and that was a good one for you.
I tell you, that was good is probably a little bit of an understatement for me. Believe it or not, through the years, our 5-game matches, a lot of them have come from Bowie. So what's amazing is that was the second round, and first, when you walk out there, you just want to perform and do your best and lay it out on the line, and the kids did. And then we put a big exclamation point at the end by doing the things that we really, really had talked about. And I tell you, that game there is what really psyched me up for this year, because that was at the end of the year where we start really coming together as a team, and to have all these kids back this year, I think that immediately is going to be a big factor. And that game was a big factor, not just to be there, but to close it out.
What is your tournament scheduled this year?
Yeah, we start out with Mansfield. That's a great tournament for us. We get a little bit of the best of both worlds. A lot of experienced teams, but as you play through the bracket, you're evened out a little bit. But, it's going to allow us an opportunity to really see right off the bat where we're at. And then we go to the second one is to South Hills. We had a good showing at South Hills. That's a good tournament. It's not as big as Mansfield, but it is a good tournament. We showed well there last year. We, hopefully we'll do the same this year. And then we end with Argyle, and that's another good, strong tournament. So what I like is, especially in all three tournaments, there's a variety of teams that you have to learn to play with, whether it be adjustments, or having to just blow through that game as hard as you can and go as hard as you can, or just maybe temper that a little bit and play under more control. But so we're ready to take that step up as an experienced team, and that's what I'm excited about, is that no matter what we get, what kind of team we get, what kind of changes we make, even within our lineup, that we will be able to do that very smoothly, and the kids will feel very comfortable with that.
Coach, appreciate the time. Look forward to seeing the Lady Texans again this year.
Thank you, John. It's always a pleasure.
Katrina Ridgway is in her third year of coaching the Lady Cougars at Seguin. Coach, expectations this year, and do you have a team slogan?
Oh, yes. Expectations is to participation numbers, get them up, win some more games. And our team slogan this year is, why not us? I sent it out to the girls last year. I sent it out to administration to let them know that I'm expecting a lot. We're often known for basketball, but I put it to the girls, why not us? Why can't we win? Why can't we be successful? So that's what we're sticking with this year.
Who are some of the standouts that we can look forward to seeing this year?
Well, this year, Aubrey Ridgway, outside hitter. I'm expecting a lot from her. Tonia Marshall, another outside hitter. I'm expecting a lot from her. But the leader of the team will probably come from Jessica Ochoa, a defensive specialist. So we're trying to give her some help up at the net by blocking and terminating balls, so she doesn't have to make all those amazing digs that she do for us all the time.
That's a tough position, because you're kind of reluctant to change when you played something else. But if there was ever a key position that could turn a match around, that is it.
That is it. I agree totally. She has stepped up. She's been on varsity freshman, sophomore, junior year, and these three ladies are seniors, so I'm really expecting that they will take all of the game knowledge that they have and experience and be able to help lead us to more wins this year.
District 14 5A. I mean, it's a battle with Waxahachie, Lake Ridge, and Summit. Any reason why that won't change this year?
We start off right off the bat. We get Summit at our place, our first district game, and it's always a tough game because they're right down the street. And Waxahachie is always a powerhouse, but what's good about our district is that they're so good, they help us become good, because we always have to play our best game just to stay in the game. And if you want to win them, you've really got to play.
You're tested early, you're tested late.
Yes, I am, early and late.
How important, Coach, is fan support to begin the season?
Oh, it's what every team needs, every school needs. Before we actually start the season, I ask my girls to get out there on the internet, on Kick, on Facebook, on Twitter, to get the support, the base that we have, to come out and watch us early on, because with school starting so late, we have several preseason games and we have tournaments, and we want to be seen before the school year starts.
The best thing from track to volleyball, now that you've kind of seen this transition?
Volleyball is definitely a different beast, a different sport from track. I'm so used to individuals, so teaching this team concept has really been a struggle for me, but I think I really got it down. My administration, my mentors, everybody has given me so much good information, how to link a team together, and I've presented it to the girls. So I'm trying to get them to always put the team above them. And if I should be so lucky to get an all-district player, you know, that's a bonus. But the team concept is always first. So I just got to teach team.
Finally, Coach, what does your tournament schedule look like?
Tournament schedule, we start off with Mansfield. You know, that's always a big tournament. They have a lot of great teams in it. We played really well last year. We didn't finish the way I wanted, but the girls played well. And then the next week, we go to San Antonio. We're going to play in the Northeast ISD tournament. And then we finish up with another tough tournament, the Arlington Invitational tournament. So I get a lot of good teams, a lot of good games in prior to our district starting in preseason.
Coach, appreciate the visit. Good luck to the Lady Cougars this year.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's a look at all 6 AISD volleyball schools with the head coaches. And if you can, make it a point to see some matches this year. It's outstanding athletic entertainment. That's a look at Conversations. We'll see you next time.